How's it going, everybody? This is the Hammer and Airsoft Smith. Today I brought out the good old Double Eagle M3 multi-shot shotgun. It's based off the Benelli M3 Super 90 dual shot shotgun. And by dual, you flip the switch up here and it changes the mode between pump and semi-auto. A lot of people who use shotguns will tell you that pump is a lot more reliable than, say, semi-automatic. There's fewer workings going into it when you use a pump as, per se, a semi-automatic. Semi-automatic, it's relying on the gas pressure, the exact gas pressure to work the bolt back to load a new round into the chamber, or using a pump or a bolt or anything manual per shot, lever action, whatever have you, single action army, whatever. Well, not so much the single action army, but anyways, the point being, anything where you have to repeat the action without having it to be semi-automatic, there's a lot less parts being used to perform that action, so you're more likely to have, or less likely to have malfunctions, is what I'm trying to say. This thing is old, man. Tyra. She's old, man. She's been around a while. A year younger than Doris, my M1918A1. And, spring operated. There's no gas or anything required. It's just a spring. But this is still dual mode. Technically, there's the slam fire capability, which is sorta like semi-automatic, but not quite. Semi-automatic would be I would have to just keep pulling the trigger. But the slam fire mode on this is I have to keep racking the pump. So it's kind of like it. We're shooting E-Vike professional grade 25 grams. We got a bunch of shells out here. Haven't taken her out in a while. Stock's a little wobbly. It's been through a lot. Oh, before I do anything, I forgot to do this, so you guys are gonna have to see my short, weird looking self going over there because I want to set up the golf ball. I want to see if I can pop the golf ball with this. Again, this is tri-shot, so it's got this scatter effect similar to that of a shotgun if it's not using slugs. Alright, hope that wasn't too awkward for you. We got a shell already loaded in. Shooting a little low. We're using 25s. We might be out. Maybe there's one more. Oh. One of the BBs didn't feed. That's okay. great about something like this, what makes this airsoft gun just a little bit more terrifying than, say, your typical semi-automatic like this one here, or one that shoots one projectile at a time, should I say, is that you're having more than one projectile coming at you at once. Okay, and depending on what ammo you're using, obviously lighter ammo you'll get more range. Okay, heavier ammo is a bit more accurate, but it doesn't have as much range. So with that said, you know, you got the 3 projectiles coming at you. It doesn't really necessarily make the gun more accurate, and I think that's a common misconception nowadays, or anywhere really. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people tend to think the more ammo you're pumping out, and a swift duration or a swift moment or whatever, the more likely they're going to hit a target, which is right, but they're not, well, not more likely to hit a target is right. They're half right. Let me try to stay on focus here. So yeah, you know, you are more likely to hit a target, but it's not, that doesn't mean that the firearm or airsoft replica firearm is more accurate. Okay, you still need to line up the sights properly. You still need to know where to hold depending on the distance and the range and all that other shit. So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely more terrifying. You know, you got 3 more or 2 more BBs coming at you at once, and they're spreading. It's a little unpredictable, especially if you're in a game with somebody and you're skirmishing or whatnot. It's kind of like, well, I don't know where these are going to go. I don't know what weight they're using. They just don't really know. But when you're doing something like plinking, like I am, I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter that much, but it's nice to have that nice scatter effect to replicate the real firearm, even though a lot of real shotgun or shot shells shoot more than 3 pellets. Some, I think, hold like, I don't know, I'm going by memory here, I could be wrong, anywhere between 4 to 12. I think 7 is like the common, or the median of that topic there. I could be wrong, but yeah, like 3-round burst. You know, you pull a trigger and you got pop pop pop. You know, like an M9 3R or a Heckler and Koch. What the fuck is that gun called? VP70. Okay. Or even like you got some machine guns or assault rifles, some people call it, where they have the 3-round burst, 2-round. Some have 5. You know, doesn't make the gun more accurate, but in a sense, you can see why people would get that common misconception, because you are still more likely to hit a target. But anyways, hopefully I made some sense of that. Maybe. What's cool too about this gun is that when you've already pumped it, you'll know, because the pump locks. It keeps you from loading 1 in there or 3 in there when you already have 3. That's pretty nice. Very lightweight. Definitely pretty lightweight. Very easy to handle, pretty robust. Even though it is mostly plastic, well, it's half plastic, half steel, and some other metal components, the internals and whatnot. But pretty lightweight. They did come out. I forgot what brand it was. Cyma. Not sure. Could be wrong. Could be Matrix. Who knows? I think they're kind of like mingling anyway. Yeah. They just recently came out with the Remington 870 replica of the Tri-Burst. Finally, because I've been dying to get an 870 Tri-Burst. It'd be nice if they made the Trunch gun, but who knows when we'll see that, because that's my favorite shotgun of all time. But anyways, as I digress, and they came out with a full metal version I've been looking at this one. Well, I wanted the original. I'll stop talking a little bit. Hold on. I wanted the original style, the standard classic configuration. It's got short magazine tube, medium-sized barrel, no pistol grip. Okay, very classic. The only downfall is it's all black. I kind of wanted one that was all that had wood furniture, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. They had one somewhere. I can't find it. Yada yada, fucking yada, blah blah blah. But the other one I've been looking at too, that's been really catching my eye, is the Remington 870 with the folding stock, where the stock folds up on top, kind of like a Spaz 12, Fianchi, something like that. Any users. Let's go for that golf ball. What in the world? Oh, dumbass. We didn't load it. We didn't load it, you stupid. That would explain. Durr. Okay, now let's go for the golf ball. Did I mention I was just kidding? I think I just missed it. Not sure where that's hitting. Might be hitting a little too low. Yeah, a little too loud. Might not be powerful enough to knock it. Just missed it. Are you serious? Got it. Finally. It's tough to hit, man. It may not look it. Who the fuck am I kidding? You guys could probably just barely see that golf ball on the camera. Almost a whole shell, but we got it. It's cool too. I don't know if I mentioned this in previous videos, but as you just slide the pump down with a loaded shell in there, you can kind of hear the BBs go. You can hear like a click, kind of like they're working into the chamber. So it's kind of nice to know, and that you're able to hear that, because I learned over the years of having this badass chick, that if you rack it and you don't hear that, it's gonna misfire. So you might have to take the magazine out, check it, or as you come down a little bit, if you don't hear that, pull back up and then try it again, maybe. But I haven't had many issues at all with this gun. So. See how accurate hip firing is. They always do it in Hollywood. Not very accurate. Let's try that again. Oh, I hit something. Oh, if you learn where to hold, I guess you can hit stuff Hollywood style. You really count your shots, huh, dude? I didn't cock it. I don't know if you can hear it, but I slightly racked it just to make sure it was going to feed properly, and I could tell it's going to. Oh my god, man. I love this thing, man. Because you know what? It's a reliable gun. It's made pretty damn well, despite what people may say. A lot of people say, oh, you know, brands like Sima and Double Eagle, you know, they're cheap Chinese brands, they're Tokyo Marori knockoffs. You know, okay, fine. Okay, they might be a knockoff, but that doesn't mean that they're a piece of shit. Because you know what? There's plenty of knockoffs out there of stuff. There's a lot of brands that kind of like, oh, there's a really good way someone explained it. About the one Halo commercial, and but it was really about a phone or something. But they used Halo to promote it. I guess that's what exactly what it looked like. It's like there's a whale and a pilot fish or something like that. I could be explaining this wrong, whatever. But it's like in the sense of, you got brands like Coors Light. Okay, you got Coors beer, right? Yeah, of course I'm gonna compare it to beer, whatever. But did you ever realize that the cheaper beer called Keystone is from the Coors factory? Yeah, who knew? Oh, Nike, right? Then you got AM1. Same basic shit. Maybe it's not the same quality, but hey, it does what it needs to do. Something like this is like a surplus airsoft gun, I guess you would call something like this. Like Keystone would be surplus beer. Like what the but the point is, just because it may feed off another brand, I get kind of like where people come from, like, ooh, you know, it's kind of fucked up. But you know, they're not getting sued, they're not breaking any rules, you know, and it's cool to have something that's a clone of something, because if you got something that's a clone of something, then you'll know, okay, well, this is really good. I can imagine how the Tokyo Marui one might be. Never owned a Tokyo Marui. Don't really care to. It just wouldn't be good for me. The whole all plastic thing, just not good for me. It's not good for where I live. Maybe it would be good in the winter, but in the summer, maybe not so much. What slam fire this bitch? It's kind of awkward because I got short arms. Okay. This thing's like 41 inches apparently, so. My mistake. In the beginning, I was pumping, then pulling the trigger. I don't really slam fire a lot, but the last bit that got kind of quick, that was the slam fire. And it looks like I'm making Hollywood look good. Because in order to really do that, I had to hold from, not the hip so much, but just under my armpit. And kind of just rack. Fun, fun, fun. Got 2 more shells. Yeah, man. $60 brand new. We got some wear. You know, you got wear on your rear sight. But the white U is still there. Then we got a really worn foresight. This blade here, the white is gone. Some wear around the trigger, the shell release. There used to be a gate here, but I took it off. It was just in the way. It was just like one extra step I had to fucking look at, and I didn't want to deal with it. Wear on the stock, but I did kind of rough house, manhandle it a little bit way back in the day. Got some chippings, but that came from manhandling. Got some chippings. I know you can't see them, but I'll point in the general area. You probably won't get those, just so long as you don't manhandle it too much. I was kind of a beast with this thing back in the day, man. Oh my god, I was fucking shit up. Just fucking shit up. I was fucking shit up with this thing like I did in Dark Souls with this Vihandler, or even the Bastard Sword. Just fucking shit up, you know? You just get in your zone. Wear on the rails, the pumps. But I think at one point I had a bunch of sand stuck in there. And I think I disassembled it and I sanded the rails to kind of smooth out the action. So nowadays, I really couldn't tell you if it really did smooth out the action. I don't remember. But the action is a lot smoother than it did, but was. But that could be just too, that the spring could be getting older. So, alright. And this is full length. Yeah, your full length barrel, your full length magazine, tubular magazine. It would be cool if we could store the shells inside the tubular magazine with a spring and they could work their way in this way like a real one would. But yeah, that's fine, it's cool. It's cool like this, because they hold like 30 rounds. I usually put 27. 21. They had this clamp. I don't know what the hell it is, but I found it somewhere at work and I just sanded it down a little bit to get it to fit on there, because it didn't come with one. Did I pump this? Nope. I haven't really been able to hit the tiki can too much. Let's go for that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, New Jersey weather forecast. It's fucking beautiful, man. I'm out here in a flannel. And it's fucking nice. I'm a little winded. Probably a bad time to have a smoke. But we never learn the easy way, do we? Oh, we can one-hand it. You play Saints Row 2? Johnny Gat? Help if I pumped it. I hit the log. Just give me a minute. Nice breeze. Sun's out. It's nice. That was gnarly. Man, it's the anxiety, man. That shit will fuck with you. Am I grunge now? This shit was gnarly, dude. Good old Xena came out today. Made a little guest appearance, a feature. Cameo, if you will. Oh, but she looks a little different, doesn't she? Yeah. As some of you may know. Good lord. Gross, right? Alright, anyways. I took the Hogue grips off and fitted them to the Warrior. And these are the grips from Non-Existent. Hey, sorry, Non-Existent, that you had to be featured yet again in a video. But what I'm really actually apologizing for is that the video you are featured in, I'm doing some gnarly shit, like throwing the fuck up. But hey, man, comes with the territory, you know? Anywho, there's those grips you sent me, dude. I finally figured out how to fit them to a WE 1911. You have to do more work to the bottom notch than you actually have to do to the top notches on these grips. And I think they're like G10, VTech, or some shit like that. They're not perfect, they don't fit perfect, but ooh, are they nice. So, we gotta load some shells up. You can bet your sweet fucking ass I'm still holding it the fuck down. This might take a little bit though. These take a while to load. So long it took to load one shell. I think this is like the only downfall really to this gun. Everything else I think is just fine. Just having to reload these shells. You can use a speed loader, but I'm too OCD. I have to count. Oops, dropped one. Oh, only 5 more to go. So I hope everyone's doing alright. I'm doing okay. You know, some of you are a little worried or a little concerned. I'm okay. I'm okay. Kind of gross, but I'm okay. Oops. Butterfingers. Good lord. What the fuck? Oh man, I'm almost out of ammo. This fucking dog, man. This dog next door is always tripping balls. Alright, we out. This isn't a full shell, but... And I'm going to demonstrate yet again why it's good to have a sidearm. You whip this bitch out. Pop some suppressive fire. Take for cover. Load a new shell in. It was funny. In games, like video games and movies and shit. But I'm gonna focus more on a specific video game like Resident Evil, for example. Okay? No, it's just a game. I love the franchise, most of it. But I noticed a lot of time when you play as a character, they're either like a mercenary or some sort of law enforcement figure. Why is it that these people always hold the shotguns, almost always, by the hip? I always wondered that. I mean, okay, let's focus on, for example, the first Resident Evil game. Jill, law enforcement, holds her shotgun at the hip. Chris, I guess because Chris is a marksman, he holds his shotgun at the shoulder. But only in boss fights. More specifically, Plant 42 boss fight. What the fuck? And almost all the other games, well, Resident Evil 0, they hold the hunting shotgun at the shoulder. But the other shotgun, the 870, at the hip. And it's not even like here, it's down here. I always thought that was kind of strange. And then Resident Evil 4 came along, and Leon, all of a sudden, knows how to aim every gun at the shoulder, at the long gun, except for the striker. Or projecta, jailbreaker, whatever have you. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because I kind of want to just really hip fire. Just to really, check it out, you know? Too low, too high. Ooh. Excuse me, yet again. Okay, so, kind of effective. Close quarters, you know. Obviously, like this big ass tree here. You know, obviously I'm gonna hit it. If that was a human-sized target, yeah, I'd probably hit it. But I wouldn't quickly rely on hip firing. I would just aim it. It's better that way. Speaking of which, short little story. Pretty cool. Or at least it felt pretty cool. Not a big deal. But I remember I was hiding behind a tree in a skirmish with this gun. And homeboy was using a electric semi-automatic Desert Eagle. I think it was kind of cool. Weak as fuck, but it was cool. And I was hiding behind a tree, and he was out yonder. He didn't really know I was there per se. And then I just came out from behind the tree, went boom. Didn't really line up my sights 100%, but I just had it at the shoulder just right, and I nailed him in his kneecap. And he was like, ah! I don't know if he was exaggerating or not, but still, it was satisfying. A little fucked up, but yeah. And but yeah, I just thought it was so cool, man. I remember crawling with this thing, climbing trees with this thing. Oh my god, Tyra. I love this fucking gun, man. Actually, Tyra wasn't always her name. I used to call her, it was either Shiva or Sheva. I want to say it was Sheva, because of Resident Evil 5, and I remember always seeing Sheva holding the gun. You know, or whatever kind of way. But eventually changed it to Tyra. Any users. Oh. Were we out? Yeah, we were out. I want to go for the Axe body spray can. We'll hear it as I hit it. Should be able to hear it. Yep. See if I can hit the golf ball again. The golf ball's on the ground, but it's in clear sight. Just hanging out there. We ain't done with you, man. We done boys. Look. I didn't get you, but I will. Eventually. Or not. Fuck him. Just kill his cousin. Why not? Sexy fucking pistol on me. God damn. This is a sexy ass gun. Anyways. Marlboro Reds, Pall Mall Reds. You gonna get it? Ooh, right on top of the dome. What about Pall Mall Menthol? You gonna get it, dude? Oh. Feeling lucky, dude? Got your ass. Beautiful. It's the one, man. God, you know, everyone knocks spring-powered guns, dude, but this thing, it's a fucking animal, man. This thing's just a fucking animal. Oh, man. With all this jury rigging, I mean, the stock isn't too... I mean, that's another reason why. It's not only just because my arms are short, but it's another reason why when I pump the gun, I bring it down a little bit like so, and then I pump it. Because I want to really rest the stock up against something solid when I pump, because I want to keep it sturdy. If you're just pumping like this, it's pushing all this pressure and it's making the stock kind of get some give, and I want it to last longer, you know what I'm saying? But you know, dude, $60 could get you over 12 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is pretty damn legit, man. It may not be as mind-blowingly awesome as, say, like a semi-automatic gas-operated gun, but that doesn't mean it's not good. Alright, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. And, the Double Eagle M3 multi-shot pump shotgun. Dual mode, slam fire, pump. Pretty nice, man. Pretty damn nice. Alright, everybody. Thanks a lot. Peace.